Whatever happened to, am I my brother's keeper, huh?
Shalom, my brother Richmond. How you doing today, bro? What's going on in Ghana?
Shalom, my sis. Trust you doing well. And hey, sis, we have a problem in the village right now that we need our family to help reach out to them.
I'm sorry to hear about that, brother. I will get on it and let the brothers and sisters know. Shalom, family. How you doing today? It's your girl Shani from the Talk Truth with Shani channel here on YouTube, and we are coming to you live because we have something that we want to talk to you about. Richmond, please introduce yourself.
Uh, my name is Richmond Osei, and I'm Shalom family.
We can hear you, Richmond. Go ahead. We can hear you, Richmond. Sharika, you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, Shalom family. My name is Richmond, and I'm speaking live from Kumasi, Ghana, Africa, and
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Richmond, and what you do in Kumasi, Ghana for our people? Richmond, can you hear me? Richmond, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you people hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You have to introduce yourself and talk about a little bit about what you do in Kumasi, Ghana. Sharika, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sis.
Okay, so Sharika, why don't you introduce yourself? We're going to move on from Richmond. Why don't you introduce yourself and talk about a little bit of what you do?
Okay, hello, Shalom family. I am Sharika McGee. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. We actually have we first have actually come together with Brother Prince Richmond and Sister Esther to create this wonderful organization and called To the Least of Them. I'm very proud to be a part of. Um, So what we do here in Jacksonville, Florida, we have an organization called My Father's Work. And My Father's Work is an organization that gives back to those that are in need locally. And then also we give back to others around the world through donations such as clothes, food. We've also been able to provide other resources such as personal hygiene items and things like that. We've been doing this now for 3 years, and my husband and I have kind of had other arrangements where we've just helped people for several years now. And we just believe that none of us are exempt from hard times. So we try to do our best to give back when we can. And we've had some wonderful donors that have provided us great donations to keep the organization going. And so, yeah, we're thankful to be here today. And Shalom, family.
Shalom, family. My name is Esther Brown, and I am one of the co-founders of To the Least of Them. And a little bit about myself, my background. Family is I worked for Young Life Ministries for over 10 years. Young Life Ministries is geared towards the youth, the Black youth that are in America. Family, I worked out of Young Life headquarters in Newark, New Jersey, under Michael and Maria Westbrook. And I also too did missionary work in New Jersey and in Boston, Massachusetts. And that's a little bit about my background. I think we lost Richmond. I think he has to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me get Richmond back. Sharika, you want to talk to the people while I try to get Richmond back? I'm going to mute my mic for a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just go over our mission statement here. Let's see. So our mission statement, to the least of them, is dedicated to helping our Hebrew brothers and sisters around the world in the form of supplies such as food, water, COVID-19 personal protective equipment, building materials for housing, and farming materials. Also, we've been blessed and able to provide some educational opportunities for those that are going through hard times. And this allows for sustainability in their current environments. An example of that is being able to provide an item such as a sewing machine, which will help the people that are going through these tough times. They can also provide an ongoing way of being able to contribute to their family. So we're doing the smaller donations and bigger donations, contributions to these families around the world. So I hope you guys are still here with us, and we really do thank you all for joining.
Oh, thank you, Sharika, so much for doing what you just did. Okay, family, we're not going to waste no more time. We're going to jump right on into it, and we're going to start talking about to the least of them and exactly what to the least of them actually does. Now, Richmond, I hope we don't lose you again, but if we do lose you, come back in on the same link that you left off on, okay? Okay? I don't know if he can hear me.
You got to unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic, Richmond. Can you hear what I said?
Let's see.
I don't know if he heard what I said.
Yeah. I hope you all can hear me now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hear you now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen as we begin to talk about to the least of them, and jump right in at any time, okay? Okay, family?
Okay. Yes, sis.
All right. So let's get this started right here. And let's talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, family, I can't see what's going on right now. But Richmond, if you lose the link, just come right back in on the same link. Okay, family, so we're going to get it started. We're going to talk about to the least of them. To the least of them. The cry of our brothers and sisters in, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Sofa, Ghana, was heard, and we answered it. What is to the least of them, family? I'm going to tell you what to the least of them is. To the least of them was started by one woman. And the one woman, y'all put it in her heart to give me a telephone call. And on the day she gave me a telephone call, she said to me, she said, I would like to donate to you because you are my teacher. And I said, what? I said, no, I don't need any money. I said, sis, keep your money. She said, no, I would like to donate to you. So she told me, she said, I want you to open up a Cash App. She said, and I want you to, I want to donate to the Cash App. I told her, I said, sister, if you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you from being a blessing, but I want you to know, sister, that this money will be given to somebody else. And she was fine with that. But what I didn't know at the time, family, was y'all was working it out. Y'all, whoever's I hear a lot of noise in the background. Can somebody mute their mic? I think that might be you, Richmond. Oh, thank you. Okay, but what I didn't know at the time, family, was y'all was birthing something into existence. And a few days later, I got a telephone call from Richmond telling me that there was a cry for help and that there was a need in a village. And I sat in the same chair that I'm sitting in right now, and I began to talk to Yah about it, and I began to cry. And as I began to cry, Yah put people's names in my heart. And y'all told me, give them a telephone call. And Sister Sharika was one of the people that y'all put in my heart to call her. And when I called Sister Sharika and I was talking to her, Sister Sharika, oh, wow. She has a beautiful ruach. She just said, sis, give me the Cash App. Let me know. Once I informed her what it was about. And I called other brothers and sisters that y'all had put in my heart and in my mind for me to call. So even the people who gave, they gave at the will of Yah, family. And it was just amazing because with a few people, we were able to feed many. 56 or 57. Which one was it, Richmond? Can you unmute your mic and tell us
Yeah,
how
that
many
was
people?
58 people.
58 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
also most of the families do have children, so we were able to feed homes, like 58 homes, not 58 individual people, but the homes.
beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna we just gave you an introduction to what was going on and how it actually got started. And I want to say to the sister that called me on that day, Sister Virtuous Jada, you are much loved, and Yah bless you, sis, for your heart. You truly have a beautiful ruach. Okay, so let's move into it and let's talk about it. This is not the slide I wanted to do. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, Richmond, can you speak on this for the people?
Yeah, Shalom family. Uh, right here was the time that we purchased some sack of rice that we need to pack them because they do not have sack of rice in the village, so we have to buy them from the city and just carry them to the village.
Right. Exactly. So, I want to share with you, family, that on that day, we had so much trouble that the enemy was trying to give to us. Remember that day, Richmond? Um,
Yeah,
the day started off with Richmond leaving his house, and Richmond, for some reason, Richmond grabbed his passport. He didn't know why, but he grabbed his passport. Richmond, you know what? You tell the story. I don't want to tell your story. You tell the story,
yeah.
Richmond.
So we had a problem with the transfer of a fund for us to get the stuff that we want to support our people with. And when the transfer came in, it was like we are not able, or I'm not able to receive the fund. Why? Because it's coming from a different continent, or it's coming from uh, the state. So I need to provide my passport and I need to provide all my documentation that it is kind of like uh, I do qualify for me to receive the fund for me to reach our people. And what I want to share with our people is there is kind of a breakdown that our the oppressors do not want our brothers and sisters from the diaspora in Africa to connect. So when there is kind of like a fund trying to connect or something from the state to Africa, it becomes kind of like a problem for us to get connected or for us to uh, do transfers. And that was kind of one of the biggest challenges that we faced. But uh, due to the Yah's connection that He wants our people to connect, He was able to for us to be like receive the fund for us to get the stuff that we were able to get for our people.
Right, exactly. So, what's going on, family? What Richmond is trying to explain is on my end, where the funds were at. I was trying to transfer the funds to Richmond in Africa, and I want to tell you right now, family, Western Union, they have a block on anything from us going into Africa. I'm going to say that again. Any Hebrew in America that wants to send funds to Africa by Western Union, they have a block on you. So what Western Union did was they took the funds. Let me rephrase it. They tried to take the funds, and when they tried to take the funds out of the account, the family, it was like y'all stepped in and y'all just blocked Western Union from being able to take the funds, hold them for 15 days, and then send them back to me. It was like y'all just stepped in and y'all did not let Western Union take the funds out, because when Richmond called me and he told me that there was a block and that I would have to call Western Union, family, I spoke to a representative from Western Union, and then I had to go up as high as a supervisor at Western Union, and they asked me a whole bunch of personal questions, family, regarding my relationship with Richmond. How do I know him? How long have I known him? Have I ever visited Africa? They just asked me so many personal questions, and I answered the questions because I wanted to get the funds there. But I told the man, I told him, I said, this is totally unacceptable that you're asking me personal, private questions like this, and you're a company. And so he said, I understand, ma'am, but this is what we have to do. This is mandated to us from the government. So he got the answers to the questions. He processed the application, and it came back denied, family. So I hung up the phone with him, and I sat in my chair, and I was talking to Yah, and then I got on the phone with Richmond again, and we got on the phone. We was talking to one another, and Richmond was telling me use the SendWave app. So I tried to use the SendWave app, and once again there was a block on it, and I had to call. I had to call them to speak to them about it. And when I called them to talk to them, family, the first man I got on, somebody needs to mute their mic. The first man I got on the telephone, he was he was talking to me, and he really wasn't trying to help me. So I hung up the phone, and y'all said call back. So when I called back the second time, I got a woman on the phone, and she asked me questions, and I answered the questions she asked me, and it came back denied. But then this is when it happened. I was praying the whole time she was talking to me. This is what happened. All of a sudden, the woman said, I asked y'all, I said, y'all, please move. All of a sudden, the woman said, you know what? Let me see something. Let me try something. She said, have you ever sent anything to him before? I said, yes, I have. He sells kente cloth. She said, can you show me something dealing with that? I said, well, he has a Facebook page. She said, let me go over and look at his Facebook page. So I gave her the link to Richmond's Facebook page. And when I gave her the link to Richmond's Facebook page, she went over there, she looked at it, and she said, she said, you know what? She said, I'm gonna take care of this for you. I'm gonna let this go through, and you're not gonna have a problem from this time going forward. So I was praising y'all, and I called Richmond back, and I told him, I said, Richmond, hallelujah, we got it. Y'all moved in real time, family. I mean, y'all moved in real time within seconds. And I called Richmond back, and Richmond was saying, sis, let me tell you something. He said, I don't know why, but I just grabbed my passport this morning, and come to find out we needed the passport. So y'all was setting everything in motion that we needed ahead of time, and we didn't even know it, but y'all was moving in real time. Okay, family, now I'm going to move on to the next presentation. Richmond, you
Yeah.
want to speak about this?
Yeah, but I also want to add something small to the transfer. After when I received the money, the manager of the bank called me, and he was like, one thing I do not need to share with you this, but there is this restrictions that any transaction of a foreign name or like a Western name, who do not have like kind of like an African name, they are not going to accept, or they are not going to accept that transfer or that transaction. Meaning, our body is here from the diaspora who are holding like foreign names, like your name, like Esther Brown, is a foreign name or a Western name. So kind of names, they are not going to allow. Meaning, they are trying to set up like a block or a roadblock for us to get connected with our own people. Okay. And if I want to add something small to that as well, when you want to also ship stuff from Africa to the state, they want to charge you a whole huge amount because they do not want us to get connected.
Exactly.
Okay. So we need to get to understand that there is a whole lot going through with us, even though they said they now know that our brothers and sisters are trying to connect from the diaspora, moving back home, and they're still trying to block because they know our brothers and sisters do know the tricks of their own process, and they do not want us to get connected. It is something that we also have to find measures or ways for us to deal with it, because it's all part of the awakening. And
Exactly.
for me to also talk about the next screen is when we went to the village, you can never enter somebody's home without seeing the elders of the home. So the king or the chief of the village was not around, so he sent his elders for us to meet and welcome us, for us to introduce ourselves, and for us to you know kind of like a welcoming and ask our reason for being here. So these people around me is the elders of the village without a king asking us or welcoming us, just to know our reason and also trying to accept us for the great gesture that we trying to do, or which one help our brothers and sisters with. So these are the elders of the village. They are the kinsmen. They rule the king and rule the people. So this is the palace from the village that we went, and that's the elders from that village.
Right, the elders, the chieftain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next time of sharing. And I just want to talk a little bit about this. Richmond, can you mute your mic for a little bit? I just want to talk to your family a little bit about Richmond and the dedication that he showed, because Richmond was relentless, family. When I tell you Richmond was on a mission, Richmond was really on a mission, family. It started raining and Richmond would not give up. Richmond was making sure that all of the bags of food were processed. He made sure that all of the food got to where it was going. And once again, Yah stepped in and he helped. He provided a way. So what I want to read to you right now, family, is faith in action. Faith in action. And I want to read to you from James chapter 2, verses 14 through 18. We'll start at verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Verse 15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food. 16. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye gave them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Verse 17. Even so, if it hath not works, it is dead, being alone. Verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Richmond having been, he was relentless, family. He would not stop. He didn't let the rain stop him. He didn't let not having transportation stop him. And then Yah provided. And Yah's provision was seen, because Richmond's going to talk about it when we come to it. But Yah sent Richmond help, family. So we're going to move on to the next time of sharing. And Richmond, I hope you will step in and speak on that. Okay, Richmond, there you go.
Yep. And also on this screen, uh, we got a taxi driver who.
I think we lost Richmond for a second, family. Hopefully he will come back on the feed. We lost the link. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit while we're waiting for Richmond to come back on. So, family, this is what happened. As Richmond got all of the food, one of the brothers joined in, and they asked Richmond if he needed any help. Richmond already had his brother with him, and they asked him if he needed any help. So they started helping Richmond to process the boxes of food that we had, family. And in the course of time, when they got finished, family, they needed a cab to get to where they needed to go. Now, this is where Yah stepped in, family, and Yah began to move, because after they got done packaging up all the food and they called the cab to come to get them, this man that you see on the screen came to pick them up. And when this man that you see on the screen came and picked them up, he asked them, what are you doing with all these bags of food? And so Richmond began to speak to the man and tell the man, we're taking this food to a village that is in need of help. And so the man, he spoke to Richmond in their language. And then the man told Richmond, family, he said, I will go with you. He said, you don't have to pay me anything. He said, just provide gas for the car. So that was a miracle right there, because Yah sent this man at the right time. And when the man found out what was going on, family, the man told Richmond, don't pay me anything. Just put gas in the car. So this man, he stayed with Richmond from the time that they picked up the food throughout to the time they got to the village and throughout the whole course of the day. They started in the daytime and they did not finish until the nighttime, family. And it was just beautiful, family, as you can see. I hope that Prince Richmond rejoins the feed for a minute. Sharika, can you talk to the people and let them know, just speak to them a little bit while I try to get Richmond back on the live?
Okay, yeah, I'll talk more about the mission statement here. So this is basically what we're doing, and we want to create more opportunities to be able to do more events like this. So this particular call was in Ghana, and we want to be able to help our brothers and sisters that are dealing with issues like this, because we know that it could be any of us. So we are just coming together, trying to help our people all over the world, our Hebrew brothers and sisters, guys. We have that Cash App listed below. So if you feel it, if you're able to, or feel it in your heart to, please provide something so that we can keep giving back to the communities. Okay, we have Prince Richmond back on. And okay. So she was talking a little bit about this slide here, how the cab driver helped you from all the way into the nighttime. And so she told a little bit about the story. I don't know if you
Yeah,
want to share
so
some more
he
about it.
was like, he was like, he drives the car and do how should I say this? The car belongs to somebody. He's just a car driver. Okay, so he makes sales to his owner. But on that day, he was like, if you are gonna do this for our people, then I'm willing to also support. So just buying gas and just I'm gonna contribute with my strength and all that I can. And he also said, anytime, any moment that we need him for us to reach to our people or to reach to the least of them, he's also ready to support. So he also contributed a lot through the rain, carrying stuff through the rain to just to get into the people. He was also there to support us. Yeah.
Awesome. So sis, are you back?
Yes, I'm back, sis.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next slide. I'm going to read Matthew 25, 35, and 40, and then I'm going to explain it. And then, Richmond, after I read the scripture and I talk a little bit, I would like for you to come in and talk about this little girl. Okay, Matthew 25, 35 through 40. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Verse 36, naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Verse 37, then shall the righteous answer him, saying, I don't like to say that word, so I'm going to say, because it means master. When saw we thee and hungered and fed thee? Oh, I gotta calm down. Or thirsty and gave thee drink. 38. When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Verse 39. Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? Verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, in so much as ye have done it unto one of the least of them, my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Now, the reason why I have this scripture in here, family, is because when Richmond called me and told me, and when I was praying and talking to Yah kept this scripture in my head. And Yah kept saying to me in my Ruach, to the least of them, to the least of them, because that's exactly what we're doing, family. Now, I would like for Richmond to speak on this little girl.
Yeah. I think we went into a house that we were trying to reach to our people, but the family was not alone. And this kid was sitting in front of the door, just crying out. And I was like, "Why are you crying?" And she said, Mom went to the farm and she's not yet back. So we need to we were supposed to sit by her and just trying to, help her stop crying. And in about 15 to 10, like 15 minutes time, the mom came, and she came in with a basket and a cutlass, meaning she went to the farm and came back home with nothing. But he only came back home with us holding a sack or holding something like a present that we were trying to give to them as kind of like trying to reach to our people. So this child right here was there in a way to help the family, just to get their daily bread on that particular day, because it was so hard for them. And he didn't know. I asked the mom, like, where is the father of that kid, and she said she doesn't even know where she is, meaning she's a single parent. And at that moment, whatever that we gave to the woman that particular day was kind of like a life saving, because she was able to feed the family and also to feed the little kid, because she only had two children. And she took uh, the elder, who was about 5 years old, to the farm, but they got nothing. But they came back home seeing what we got for them at home.
Right. Wow. That's really something. Okay, family, we're gonna move on to the next slide so Richmond can explain this one to you. Okay, Richmond, you want to talk about this while I play the video?
Our brothers and sisters were also able to not only to feed the family, but sometimes is we have a saying that sometimes you need to help people how to fish, so they can feed for themselves. So our brothers and sisters were also able to help put um, this girl into just to learn a trade or just to learn tailoring. So on this video, we were able to buy a sewing machine and also pay for the head price for her to learn a trade. So that is the master, her master, or the one who is the master in
The master
tailoring. So
seamstress, right?
yeah, like let me say the seamstress, the head of the seamstress. So we to the list of them who did was were able to also put a female into just to learn a trade. So
Right.
the woman right there was trying to advise, and were also happy to see such a great thing, like putting a teenager into just to learn a trade in order to also for them to help their family, because it's not kind of like there's not going to be like always kind of like donating, but sometimes you also have to help people in order for them to also help themselves and help their family. So should I say we were able to also help put this teenager into learning a tailoring, and which was kind of like something great that the whole community, the whole village, the whole township, especially the elders, the chief, were so happy just to see such kind of contribution that to the least of them project were able to help our brothers and sisters with.
Right, exactly. And Richmond, I remember you telling me, can you please tell the people about how the king came into the village and he was waiting for you to come?
Yep. So due to the rain, we were not able to meet the king because he waited for us for long and he has to leave. But since he gave his words to his kinsmen for us to welcome us, they were kind of like never before, you know, like people coming in, like our brothers and sisters from the diaspora, our brothers from the like our brothers and sisters from the world coming together, trying to assist a community, like individual person learn a trade was kind of like something to them never before, So it was kind of like something that the whole community were kind of like much appreciated, even aside giving them the food, but the most important thing was also putting somebody to learn a trade, just to
Right.
help their life.
Right. Okay. We're gonna move up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Richmond. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the
Yeah,
video
can you
one
hear
more
me?
time, family.
Yeah. So on the video, when we went there, I think it was on Sunday. So there were no workers, so we have to go home to the seamstress, the head of the seamstress. Then we have to present to her the sewing machine that we were able to buy for her, the the uh, the head price for her to learn a trade. And at that moment, right now, the seamstress were trying to advise the little girl on how to focus, because she even said she even learned a trade without having a sewing machine.
Right. And
So
as I understand it, Richmond, this young girl, she doesn't know anything about sewing. She doesn't know anything about this is like a future career for her, right?
exactly. And she was also not able to make it up to at school. So she all that she know was to farm. She had no education, but now she had got a chance to learn a trade for her career, for her future, and for her family.
Right. So now she has a trade which will give her a future, and she can also too teach other people in the village how to sew so that the
Exactly.
whole village can learn how to sustain themselves, right?
Exactly. So she's going to learn this for 2 years. She's going to learn this for a year. And on the next year, she will still stay with the head of the seamstress. And on the following 2 years, like a 2 years time, she's also going to create or have her own seamstress shop. And she also employ, or she also get herself people who want to learn trade. So this whole thing is kind of like, when she is able to learn the trade and learn it well, within the next 2 years, she also have her own shop to also assist people just to also learn the trade.
Right. So family, this is what To the Least of Them is about. It's about not only helping our brothers and sisters in Africa, but it's about helping our brothers and sisters worldwide. We're not only giving them food, we're not only giving them water, but we are giving them the tools that they will need in the future, family. So that if anything like COVID-19 happens, the village will be able to sustain themselves, family. And this is a beautiful thing that is happening right here. And I want you to know that all of the brothers and sisters, to the least of them, this is to your credit, family, because you gave. This is happening, family. So let's move on to the next time of sharing. Unless you have something else to say, Richmond, do you have something else to add?
And I also want to say, especially today's screen that we're seeing right now was kind of like never before in the community. So they felt kind of like, I don't know how to express that, but they felt kind of like um, reconnection, you know, kind of something like that. Like our brothers and sisters out there who want to support our people. When we say awakening is not only about trying to get connected, but also trying to let our people know their stand. You know, so the Western world or the white supremacy will never come over to take, because they only deals with the villagers, they only deal with the people who are from to the least of them. So to these people, when they give them kind of like small or something small, they trying to divert them from who they are. So we were able to reach out to the people, and now I was also able to talk to the chief and the elders, not to kind of like accept the Western world, and I also trying to be like, share with them the tricks from the Western culture or from the Western world. So we're reaching out to our people, not only giving them food, but also helping them in the near future for them to feed themselves and feed others was something great.
Right, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next slide. And Richmond, you want to talk about this before I play the video?
Yeah, this is the king, or this is the chief of the village that, or the community that we reach out to them.
Right. And remember, we had to do some a couple of retakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now to so suffer and I make a say. And say better to the least of them for us say Omadwene ye ho. Madwene suffer my so say Omugwa suffer mine. And so Omuba bechiche emu anwa side any come beef. The domasi Nyankopon hyira wo mo. Afei so for the least of them for say ombeboa omunuamu a omuwo safo say busumi bia ombetimi de nipa baako ato adwumam say ya ombetimi aboa omunuamu so safo a omiti benya nsa no dwuma aye enti ye da wo mase Nyankopon ka wo no mmoa omunuamu omuwo safo man for the least for now masi Nyankopon ka wo na wo mmoa wo Nyankopon so shalom shalom.
Okay, Richmond, you want to step in here? You want to talk about this?
Yeah, so this is a king, or this is a chief of the village. Even though we were not able to meet him in person, he also sent a message of gratitude or appreciation on behalf of the township about what we did for the community. And the most important he was saying was helping one person in the trade in order for her to also help others, which would be like kind of like on and on, or extending on the next generations. So to summarize the video, he was so much appreciated, and he was so kind of like uh, happy to receive, or happy for us to reach to the people, that he also said whenever that our brothers and sisters whenever that our brothers and sisters are ready to come back home, he's also ready to welcome them for the great thing that they did to his township, or for his people, for our people.
Right, exactly. So right now I don't have the video in here, but I forgot to put the video in here. Please forgive me, family, because the king of the village, he actually addressed the brothers and sisters by name who gave to the least of them, and their names are in his house. So if any of the brothers and sisters who actually gave to the least of them, if they show up in Ghana and they go to his village to speak to him, he knows who you are, family. Because that's the reason why Richmond and I, we asked the king to address each and every one of you, because we wanted you to receive the honor that is due to you, family. You had a heart. Y'all put it in your heart to give. I'm sorry, Richmond, go ahead.
Yeah, and I also forgot to share with you this. I sent to him the link that we'll be going on live talking about to the list of them, and he also said he also forgot to let me know that he got the names written on his stool.
Exactly.
He cannot take a picture, but he got a name written on the stool. That it's kind of like our ancestors are always there for us, and the names that he got on the stool are always welcome whenever they want to visit the country, or whenever they will visit the town. So it's going to be kind of like the whole township on behalf of him. He's standing on behalf of the whole township. Will always welcome.
Right, exactly.
On the stool.
So for example, if Sister Sharika and Brother Sean, if they go to this part of Ghana, or Sister Debbie Myers goes to this part of Ghana, or Sister Jada goes to this part of Ghana, or Brother Michael goes to this part of Ghana, your names are written on the king of the village stool family. Yes, exactly. So if you go there and you say what your name is and you say that you was a part of to the least of them, that king can look on his stool and your name will be there. And family, that means something. Am I right, Richmond?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like it's your home now. You have your home. You are not lost, so you have your home. That's how it feels like.
Exactly. Oh, I'm sorry, sis, for saying your last name incorrectly. Please forgive me, sis. But I want you to know your name is written on the king's stool, sis. If you ever go to this part of Ghana, the king knows who you are, sis. So please forgive me for that. Okay, family. And that's about it, family. I want to say this, family. We are our brothers and sisters keepers, and we need your help, family. We need your help. Now, I would like for Sister Sharika to give her testimony, and I want you to know that the Cash App you see going across the bottom of the screen, because we're not done, family, and brothers and sisters are still giving to the least of them, because the call for help will come again. We don't know if it's going to come in Africa or if it's going to come in America, but we want to be there as our brothers and sisters, true keepers, and we want to answer the call when it comes with either financial support or step in and help in any way we can. So please give to the Cash App. Sister Sharika, would you please give your testimony about the work that you do and the testimony that is on your heart, sis?
Shalom, family. Sure. So when Sister Esther gave me a call, we were actually in the middle of like a big business venture, getting a facility for our business, and also I had came across the particular issues that was going on in Ghana. But at the time, we were with our current ministry, my father's work. We had our hands in a few. Um, a few things, a few donations that we were given already. So I kind of seen it and said, okay, I'm not going to reach out. I have so many other things we're doing. But and it wasn't from Sister Esther. It was somewhere else I saw it, and I just kind of kept scrolling. But then Sister Esther reached out to me, explaining to me the issue of what was going on. And I just immediately knew that this was something, it was meant for us to connect with her for this particular initiative to give back. So, yeah, I was more than willing to give back, and we still are whenever we're able. We want to always give back to our brothers and sisters. And so when she called me, it was the week of trying to finally finalize this facility that we were looking to get established. And right after we gave, that same week, I talked to Sister Esther again. I was telling her we just received our keys for the facility for our business. So we were both able to share and praise Yah for what He had done for us. But she reminded me that it was due to our obedience, and I'm so thankful that I did listen to the call and I answered for Sister Esther, and had the opportunity to give back to our brothers and sisters.
Exactly. Y'all moved in real time for you because it had been like kind of like a little bit of a blockage going on there, right? If
Yes,
I'm
it
correct.
had been a long process. It had been about 4 months that we were kind of going back and forth with these property owners trying to get everything situated. And so things were kind of on a standstill. But yes, we're thankful for that obedience. And yeah, I did definitely move. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And remember, sis, when I called you, one of the first things I said to you was, "Y'all gave me your name."
yes, you did. You sure did.
Hmm. And the same thing happened with Sister Debbie. I'm quite sure you know Sister Debbie from Facebook. We love our
Okay.
sister. Um, the
Long
same
sis.
the same thing happened with Sister Debbie. When I called her up and I spoke to her and I told her, "Y'all gave me your name, sis." That
Mm-hmm.
sister, I'm telling you, family, that sister, she was on it. She just
Mm.
said one of the things she said was, "Send me the Cash App information," and I sent it to her, and that sister gave in obedience to what y'all said, because y'all had put her in my heart and on my mind. And Richmond, I don't know, you want to speak to the people?
Uh, I just also want to say thank you so much, especially for our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, for your contributing uh, in order to help our brothers and sisters have a peace of mind for us, for them to get to understand what the awakening means. You know, I do want to share this small thing that the Western world is trying to make Africa look so hard for living. You know, so reaching out to our people for them to understand. Uh, we are family. You know, there is family out there. No matter what the situation is, we are going to connect. Not only connecting, but also helping us, especially Esther Brown, also helping us to get to know the trace from the Western world. Let me say it that way. Um, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, and that is such a great job. Mr. Sharika, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much for everybody who contributed, and I know there's a lot for us to do, and we are also going to be right here just to be like a contact point or a link between our people, just to help have a good understanding of who we are. We need to get to understand that over 80% of the population in Africa do not know about what happened in the past. They do not know about the traits that white supremacy has on us. You know, it is so sad that without Africa, the Western world cannot live. But the message feels like without the Western world, Africa cannot live. So we're trying to be like change the whole mindset in order to let our people live a free life and also understand like black is creation and creation is black. So anybody who is trying to contribute or anybody who is trying to support the good growth of black or the good growth of creation is kind of like a very dear person to me. And I want to say thank you to everybody who contributed as well, and everybody who is doing a great work out there just to help to see the good growth of Africa.
Right, right. You're welcome. And one thing I want to say too before we end the live is to the least of them also too stepped in and we helped a sister's daughter, a Hebrew sister's daughter who has a learning disability. We
Yeah.
stepped in and we helped the sister with her daughter because the school, when her husband and her had a meeting with the school, they told her that her daughter required certain items for learning, and like I told you, she has a disability. And the sister reached out to us, and she's here in America. I'm not going to say her name because she wants to remain private. But she reached out to us, and I immediately got on the phone and I spoke to Richmond because we work as a team. At this time, Sister Sharika, she wasn't a part of to the least of them, but she donated. But now I am proud to say that Sharika is a co-founder of to the least of them now. But since you didn't know about it at this time, but we stepped in and we helped the Hebrew sister and her husband with providing items for her daughter who is disabled, who has a learning disability also. So we provided. She had a list of about maybe 20 some items, and we stepped in and we bought about 9 or 10 of the items that was on the list. So to the least of them, we reach out to everybody. And sis, you want to say something about that?
Yes, I'm thankful for what you're doing. I'm glad that you're making it for our people around the world because we are dispersed all over this world. And so I think it's a great initiative, and we really do thank you for everything you're doing and just being obedient and facilitating something like this. It's just an amazing movement for our people, and I think it's going to be great in the awakening process as well for us. So thank you, sis. Thank you, Brother Prince Richmond, as well for all your work that you're doing back home. It's greatly appreciated. We see your great work, and we're just thankful to be united and continue the great work.
Exactly. We are united. And you know what I tell you, sis? No, don't thank me. We a team. We do this together.
Yes,
I always say that.
I know.
Richmond, you want to say something before we leave?
Uh, I want to say, especially let's it's not when we say awakening, it's not only about Africa, it's about every corner where our people is that we are putting so much concentration on. You know,
Absolutely.
so it's not only about Africa, it's not only about the US, it's not only about the Jamaica, it's about the world. So
Exactly.
and I also want to use this opportunity just for our people to understand that awakening is not a race or it's not a competition, but get to know what you are called for in order for us to unite, in order for us to reach out to our people, for us to have the best of whatever that we need to achieve. So I want to say thank you to everybody. I want to also thank you to people who are contributing a lot for the good growth of Africa and our people.
Exactly. So we want to thank you, family. This is just the beginning. We're going to get better and we're going to get bigger because Yah's blessing is upon to the least of them. To the least of them, we move at the direction of Yah and Yah only. So I want to thank you for your time, family. The Cash App is at the bottom, moving across the screen. Please donate to help our family. And remember what Yeshua said. When you have done this unto them, when you've done this unto the least of them, you have done it unto me. Oh, shalom, family.
Shalom.
Shalom.